Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. All of us have been exposed to, we've been studying Advaita Vedanta for a long time, the science of oneness. Within this science, a word that is often used is samsara. Please share with me in the chat. What does samsara mean? Share with me in English. As you're doing this, all of you can hear me and see me clearly. Okay. Flux, always slipping away, not true. Good. The etymology of this word is sam, which means well or fully, sarati, which means to slip, to fall away from you. Samsara means that which is ever slipping, that which is going away from you. And this can be interpreted philosophically. This can also be interpreted literally. This week, the earthquake in Afghanistan has killed more than 1,000 people. More than 1,500 are injured. And these are light numbers. I'm positive they're much heavier. And I'm sharing this because this slipping away is so obvious physically in terms of an earthquake, leave alone metaphysically in terms of happiness. Everyone, relax your bodies. Inhale deeply, close your eyes, and offer your strength to those who are struggling in Afghanistan and beyond. Sahana Bhavatu. May all, irrespective of their faith, in Advaita or not Advaita, be safe. The Gita that we are listening to right now has a singular purpose. Sometimes I use words like teaching, message, guidance. This singular purpose is to be Bhagavan. Bhagavan means divinity. The etymology of the word Bhagavan means all virtues in all ways. When one re-becomes Bhagavan, another reference to describe this is Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti. Mukti means freedom. The more virtuous we are, the more free we feel. That is obvious. Jivan means while the body is alive, I'm still breathing. I still have homeostasis and so on. This message is obvious because what does freedom have to do with the body? What does freedom have to do with time? Our mukti is not related to being, I think the word is posthumous, which means after death, I think. It is to be free while living. Just think of this practically. After this body dies, what difference does it make? What happens to me and mine? I have no relationship with that. The freedom I want, the freedom I need is now. no conditions of body, time, and so on. This is what Sri Krishna is guiding us towards. Still, we may have a doubt. Not in Sri Krishna, not in Sri Krishna's guidance, but in ourselves. That I'm succumbing to these limits. What will happen to me if I succumb to these limits? This is the rhythm of chapter 8. So far, this chapter has begun with questions. Prince Arjuna has asked, what is Brahma? What is Atma? What is Karma? What is Bhuta? What is Deva? What is Yajna? And for us, in a practical sense, what is most important? I'm reading the second verse, the second line. Prayana kale chakatam neosi niyatatma bihi. In the moment of dying, in the moment of death, for the one who is disciplined like me, Prince Arjuna is describing himself. How can I remember you? Because Prince Arjuna knows one's final vritti will lead one to one's future gati. As you think, so you develop. And I shared yesterday, it is our achara, or what we do daily, that has an impact in the form of habits. What you do daily becomes your habit. And your habits become more authentic and deep to become your vasanas. This becomes your personality, the print for who you are now and in the future. Which is why I'm re-emphasizing the power of what we do together. I'm just reflecting on, in this home, because of our gathering at 7:45 a.m., everyone who's staying in this home is impacted by that. Mostly positive, some negative, those who want to sleep in and eat more and so on. But do you see how this one practice that we do every day creates a habit of waking up, of taking notes, of reflecting afterwards? This is literally changing our vasanas. And those who engage in the rads, your vasanas are changing even more, so that when this body dies, where will your mind be? With the one who is Achyuta, the one who never dies. And a great example of that is Raja Parikshita. When the most poisonous creature in creation came and poisoned him, Raja Parikshita didn't know that happened. He didn't know that his body even died. Because who was he with already? Shri Krishna. That is our future. Verse 3, Shri Krishna begins to answer Prince Arjuna's questions. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavo Dhyatma Muchyate Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaraha Visarga Karma Samnitaha. I'll have to be more brief today. What is Brahma? He answers, Brahma is Aksharam. The word Akshara is a lovely word. If you hold up a book, I have a book in my hand, which I'm going to talk to you about in time. It's a very beautiful book. You can divide books into chapters, chapters into pages, pages into paragraphs, paragraphs into sentences, sentences into words, words into letters, but you can't divide letters more, correct? What will A become? What will B become? In Sanskrit, the word akshara is for letters. The word akshara means that which is undividable. So the first question, or one of the first questions, what is Brahma? The classical answer is Brahma is infinity. A way for us to reflect on this, that which is undividable, which then makes us think, how many infinities are there? What? Where is this infinity? Who is this infinity? You can't qualify it in any which way, correct? It's undividable. And this Brahma is Paramam. Classically, that means supreme or highest. Here's a reflective way to internalize this. There are two types of permanence. One is known as Kutastha Nitya. This we've come across many times. Kutastha Nitya means permanent permanence. In other words, that which is unchanging. Clear? Another is known as Parinama Nitya. Parinama Nitya, which means impermanent permanence. That means that which appears to not be changing, yet it actually is. An example of that would be the sun, correct? For my children, they feel like the sun doesn't change. It will never go away. But any student of science knows that the sun, I think, right now is getting bigger and then will get smaller. See, it's a relative permanence. Are you feeling me? The implication of this, our body, though it appears permanent, is not. And fine, you're all thinking, but our body doesn't look permanent. Just look at you, Vivekji. But we feel that, isn't it? Everyone else is going to die, but not me. There's answer one. Answer two. Swabhavaha adhyatmam uchyate. And the nature of infinity is known as adhyatma, relating to the Atma. Opening this up. Brahma is that which is eminent. Atma is that which is immanent. Fine, those are technical words. Let's reflect on this more. Brahma, or the infinite, is that which is farthest. Atma, which is the spirit, is that which is closest. But what's critical here is farthest and closest is not qualified. When I say farthest, there's always a reference, correct? Iceland is farther than Cincinnati to me. That's the farthest. This is closer. But see, there's a reference. But if there's no reference, point to me, where is the farthest? Everywhere. Where is the closest? Everywhere. And that's why sometimes Atma is defined as center. All other references are from this locus. Now, the practicality of this is, if you want to be more than the body, practice being centered. Isn't this what we invest in the morning, to be more centered before the world starts slipping away? I really love this verse, and I have so much more to share about the first line. Leave alone the second line, but you will have to wait. That's what's awesome about meaningful mornings. It also is not time-based, correct? When will it end? When I die or you die, but at that point we'll be Jivan Mukta. So what difference does it make? About body and time and so on. I will invest more into this verse and line on Monday. From inspiration to application. Your recent application was to answer these questions in single English words. We've gone through 2 so far. What is Brahma? Infinity. What is Atma? Spirit. Your application for this morning, leading until Monday, every time you feel stress, I want you to feel that your lifespan is being stolen. Every time you feel stress, I want you to visualize that minutes, hours, days are being taken away from your lifespan. And what I'm sharing is not poetic. It is the truth. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.